The characters in the film face a choice between money and relationships. What would you choose? After years of separation, the characters meet where their childhood was. They immersed themselves in the past. They remembered everything that had bound them together before they parted, but each had his own priorities. Can they understand each other? It's Emily Recaps. Enjoy the movie. The movie begins with the heroine's childhood memories. Emily is enjoying a walk in the woods. She has returned to the town at the foot of the mountains, where she spent her childhood. Andreas, the heroine's boyfriend, was waiting for her in the car on the highway. The couple had almost reached their destination. They had a chalet near the Swiss Alps. The heroine and her brother had inherited the house. Emily remembered the way to enter the house without a key. The girl decided to air the room. Andreas was talking on the phone outside. Emily looked around in the rooms. She peeked into the pantry to examine what was stored there. A few hours later, Emily and her boyfriend were doing chores in the kitchen. The heroine was putting away the dishes after dinner. Andreas was taking notes on work papers. They were running a business together. Emily was about to talk to her boyfriend. Suddenly, the girl noticed a familiar figure outside the window. It was her brother, Jacob. The guy was a professional skateboarder. He never left his skateboard. Emily was excited by her brother's arrival. They had seen each other for a long time. Andreas came out to meet his friend's brother. Then, everyone entered the house. Jacob went up to the attic. It used to be his room. The boy cleaned up the bed to spread out his things. During the night, Emily didn't sleep well. She wandered around the house. The girl noticed that her brother was also awake. Jacob was listening to music. Then we see a stranger walking along a path among the trees. There are many tourists in the Swiss Alps. In the morning, Emily was sitting on the porch. Her fiancé was talking to someone on the phone. The heroine watched him carefully. Andreas hugged his friend. He was going back to the city. To make the move easier, Andreas offered to take out some of the things. He helped Emily pack valuables. Jacob watched the packing. He didn't like what was happening in the house. Guy went to the shop. A newspaper caught his attention. A black panther was seen in the mountains. The hero took the newspaper with him. The groom put his things in the car. He hugged his girlfriend. Emily walked him to the car. They hugged again. Andreas rode in the car. He noticed his friend's brother. Andreas talked about Emily staying at the house. Jacob didn't want to communicate with the guy. The hero drove home. Near the house, Emily was busy with something. Jacob wanted to keep their family's inheritance. He informed his sister about it. The girl was surprised. She needed money for the business. Previously, the brother was not against selling the house. The hero went up to his room. He decided to read the article about the panther. Emily was talking to his fiancé on the phone. My brother became interested. He left the room to overhear the conversation. The couple had a lot of debts because of business. Later, the hero was checking the electrical wiring in the room. He thought about his sister. Jacob decided to talk things over with the girl. It was raining. Emily was filling out work documents. My brother showed me the article about the panther. He wanted the heroine to take her mind off her work. Jacob started playing with her. He growled like a big cat. It made the girl smile. And as Emily was walking down the corridor, her brother jumped at her out of the darkness. It was scary and hilarious at the same time. Emily went up to her room. Jacob watched as his sister changed her clothes. The boy cut an article out of the newspaper. He hung it on the wall. The next morning, Jacob decided to go for a ride on his motorbike. The vehicle was in need of repair. The hero took care of the motorbike. In the end, he repaired it. Jacob offered his sister a ride. They went for a ride. Emily liked the feeling of speed. The heroes drove to the foot of the mountains. Jacob went for a wee. Emily watched the boy. The couple came to a mountain lake. They decided to have a little rest. The sister shared her thoughts about life with the hero. The guy told about the panther that was seen in the mountains. He even showed the place that was printed in the newspaper. In the evening, the heroes drove home. On the motorway, they noticed a stranger. The heroes stopped. The unknown man was walking towards the forest. Emily was looking at the things in her wardrobe. Jacob was resting in his room. She put on a dress from the wardrobe. The heroine threw a jumper to the guy. Then she changed her clothes again. Emily wanted to act out a scene from their past, but it didn't amuse Jacob. Emily changed her clothes. At lunchtime, the heroes did the laundry. Emily hung the sheets to dry in the yard. Jacob helped her. The hero decided to touch the girl through the sheet. They were having fun. The guys were relaxing on the sun loungers. Emily had a dream. She and Jacob did it. Waking up, the heroine realized that it was only a dream. She watched her brothers sleeping. After a while, the couple went for a walk. They remembered their childhood in this area. The heroes were tired. They lay down for a while in the forest. People walked past them. Jacob woke up. The strangers were looking for the panther. The heroes followed the men. Towards evening, Emily and Jacob gathered a huge pile of twigs. They decided to sleep outdoors. Jacob built a shelter. At dusk, they could see animals running around at the foot of the mountains. In the morning, it was windy. Emily woke up. The couple wanted to admire the first rays of the sun. They climbed up to the top. Jacob enjoyed the way the sun's rays warmed his skin. Then the boys climbed up the mountain. Emily wanted to play a prank. She threw a small rock at the guy and started to run away. Jacob caught up with a heroine. They lay on the ground. The girl braided her braid. Jacob admired the view of the mountains. Emily wove a snail into her braid. They made it to the top of the mountain, enjoying the view from the top. At home, Jacob put on clean clothes. He was in his attic. Emily went in to see him. Her sister wanted to be with him. Jacob looked at the girl. The heroine wanted to experience from life what she had dreamed. She decided to change her clothes. Jacob helped the girl. The couple wanted to get warm. They had an active time. Later, the heroes went to a cafe. The waiter poured wine into their glasses. The heroes discussed their relationship. They had a lot to think about. Jacob was pleased by Emily's openness. He had long wanted to do this with her. Then the guy sat down at another table. The guy watched Emily. The girl was pleased with his close attention. She smiled. Emily admired her brother. The guy returned to the table. He proposed to the heroine to celebrate a new stage in their lives. They kissed. The heroes decided to have fun. They went by bus to the mountains. Emily went swimming in the lake. Jacob watched her swim. When the heroine took a shower, he remembered how much fun the two of them had swimming together. Emily enjoyed those memories too. She gave her brother a hug. In the evening, the couple enjoyed nature. Emily didn't answer her fiancé's phone calls. She wanted to be alone with Jacob. A strange man was walking around the house. He was interested in the chalet. Emily didn't know what to say to him. Jacob was surprised. He thought his sister had changed her mind about selling the house. The girl sat in her room. She was reading a message from Andreas. Emily decided to answer the guy later. On all fours, she snuck into Jacob's room. She wanted to make him feel good. The hero woke up in a bad mood. Jacob did not understand what his sister wanted. The girl took the initiative. She fell asleep near the hero. In the morning, Jacob watched Emily sleeping. He waited for her awakening to talk. They went out into the yard. Jacob wanted to discuss their future plans together. Emily was upset. The hero wanted her to break up with her fiancé. Jacob went to the mountains without his sister. At night, Emily couldn't sleep. There were many thoughts in her head. While waiting for Jacob, the girl lit a big fire. Early in the morning, Andreas returned. Emily was asleep when her boyfriend arrived. The groom woke her up. He suggested that she continue packing. Emily was in agreement. The girl watched him load old things into the car. Emily became sad. Her brother came back. He watched the couple's actions from a distance. He decided to ignore his sister and went into the house. Andreas thought that Jacob was in a bad mood. The groom immediately realized that his brother was in a hostile mood towards him. Jacob got ready to leave the house. He was disappointed. The hero packed his things. Emily watched her brother's actions. Andreas told her that he had found a buyer for the house. Jacob signed the contract. He left. Emily caught up with the hero. She did not want to part with him in this way. She hugged the guy and cried. Andreas went into the house. Jacob was adamant. He took all his things. The heroine stood on the road. She thought about what she should do. The house was empty without her brother. Emily and Andreas went to the city. Jacob went to the mountains. The groom stopped by the shop. While the boyfriend was gone, Emily signed the papers. She got out of the car. The girl went for a walk in the woods. Andreas saw that the bride signed the contract. He saw Emily walking down the road towards the woods. He got in the car and drove the other way. Emily searched for his true desires in the forest. Jacob climbed to the top of the mountain. The heroine emerged from the forest. Write in the comments, did Emily do the right thing when she chose business over family? This was the 2014 film Black Panther. See you in the following videos.